Hello everybody, it's Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today we're looking at signs. What are the signs trying to tell you? So this can be any sort of sign. It can be repeating numbers, digits. Maybe you're looking at the time and seeing exactly the same time over and over again, or you're seeing an animal repeatedly either in real life or through artwork or symbolism, or just something that's really striking you and you're thinking, well, is that a sign? It can be, in fact, something that you've only seen or heard once or twice, but it's stood out to you. Your instincts are saying to pay attention to it, but you're just not entirely sure what it's meant to be relevant to. So I've set out 4 readings here for you. I want you to remember that the readings are quite generalised, so you just need to apply what I'm saying to your particular situation and hopefully it will resonate. If there are parts of it that just don't make any sense, that's fine. Take the parts that do and leave the rest aside. It is a reading aimed at quite a lot of people that will hopefully watch the video. So I've got option 1, which is the star, option 2, which is the man, option 3, which is the sun, and option 4, which is the lady. So I've put the timestamps in all the usual places. So all you need to do is close your eyes, open your mind, clear your mind, and ask yourself, what are the signs trying to tell me? When you feel ready, make your choice. Trust your instincts and don't overthink it. If you need a bit more time to do that, then please go ahead and press pause, then click on the timestamp and I shall see you at your reading. Okay, number 1, those who chose the star. I have done my nails in the multicoloured, by the way, those of you that requested them. Finally got round to it. So what are the signs trying to tell you? I feel that for a lot of you, this is to do with a relationship or your family. The situation that's dominating your life at the moment, or is the most important thing in your life generally, is family and a commitment. So that can be a commitment to a person, that's what I'm favouring in this reading. But for a small percentage of you, you're career dominated. The most important thing is your work life. That's fine. And it's to do with that then. If you're not married, you haven't got a family, you haven't got any issues with your family at the moment, but you're very involved in your work, it's that. And what it's saying is that you've been very loyal and you've really conformed to you've committed to the well-being of, let's say, the family unit or the company's success, or the success of your relationship, a marriage or something. But there's been things about it that haven't satisfied you, or that you haven't sat well with you. Maybe you're a bit bored, or that maybe you're not as satisfied as you could be. It's not that you don't want to be in a relationship in the family or in this work, just that it's not doing everything for you. There's still contentment to be found elsewhere, or that maybe the relationship's gone a bit quiet. Maybe it's in a quieter phase of marriage, in that you're no longer in the honeymoon period, but you are in fact moving towards a more sedate period where you have a few years where you just knuckle down and build the foundations of the relationship. But what the signs are telling you is that this is changing. You're still going to have the foundation of your life. I don't think that you're going to lose your job, that your marriage is going to end, or your family's going to end. It's not that. I think you're going to have those things. But there's something else coming in that's going to be just as important for you in terms of a foundation. So if you're married, maybe with kids, you might find an employment opportunity that it's not going to put your marriage at risk. It's just going to give you a bit of me time, I almost want to say. It's something else for you to have that you can commit to outside of the family home. For others of you, where your career or your vocation is really important to you, something else is coming in, and I think it could be a marriage partner for some of you. And it could be a marriage partner where you do settle with this person and very least get married, and for those of you that would desire it and would hope for it, family and kids. And it's coming quickly. That's why the signs are there. They're preparing you, saying, actually, it's happening. So you when I say it's happening, I don't think tomorrow or next week. I'm always thinking it's sort of timing's basically impossible with tarot. I've never successfully timed anything like this. But what I would say is within the next 6 months, so 6 months to 12 months, depending on things changing, that you could meet someone really great that changes your mind, or at the least is the first time you've really met someone that you could build that foundation of life with. But there is absolutely a bond coming up that you're something you're going to bond to. You might find the dream career, you might find the dream person, you might get the family that you've always wanted. Yeah, something new's coming at you that you've sort of been wanting. I feel that you've been calling for this. You're loyal to a fault to whatever your current commitments are. That's why I'm not like, oh no, you're going to have an affair and it's all going to... No, it's not that. You've not been quite satisfied in some aspect of your life, even though you are in many others, which is why you won't risk it. If you've got the happy family, you want to keep it. But there's something where you're just like, I'd like something else. And that something else is coming. And actually, I think some of you are frightened that maybe you won't get the support that you need from your family, your partner, or the workplace for this change in your life that you really want. But this is wrong. They have got your back. They've really got your back, and they're going to support you. So if you decide you want to go back to school and get some different qualifications, they're going to be up for that. They're absolutely going to be up for that. And I think that you're going to make a choice, that you're going to actually decide what you want to do and have a new beginning. And as I say, this is something like you've raised the kids, or you've done a career and you're realising that it's time for a new career, or it's time to start a family, or it's time to get married. It's something along those lines, is that change is coming, but it's wonderful change, because it's not one that's going to destroy the past. Because sometimes change comes and it does, but in this case it's not. You're not putting anything truly important to you at risk. And I think that's the success of it, and that's why everybody's got your back, because you're like, this isn't going to be your first priority. It could be your second priority. You need a new second priority, for instance. But yeah, you're going to go, you've got the Fool, you're going on a new adventure. I think you're because you've got their support, your wife, husband, friends, or whatever, because they've got your back, you can do this thing and you can let go of whatever has been bothering you. I just feel you needed something else. You felt that there's something slightly missing from your life. As I say, it's not unhappiness, it's just discontentment, in the sense that you need a new challenge, or you're not being challenged enough, or you've achieved the challenges that you wanted and you've ticked all those boxes, and now you're thinking, well, what next? The signs are telling you it's coming, and it's a good choice for you, because it's the Lovers. It's a choice, but it's a good match. They've really got your back, but it's going to happen quickly. I think for a lot of you, I think when it actually does turn up in your life, it'll either turn up quickly, as in it's already on its way. If it doesn't, when it actually comes about, events happen quickly. So it might take 6 months to come, but then suddenly you're like, within a month, things are very different. But it's going to be a part of your foundation of life. It's a new beginning for you. So there you go. Those of you that chose the star, that's a good reading. The signs are trying to tell you that something new is coming through, and it's going to be a great new beginning for you. It's going to be a stage in your life where you look back and you're thinking, that was the point when it all started, that I got I almost want to say your second phase of life. I don't know how old you are. This might be the first phase of your life, of your adult life for some of you. But others, I get this feeling that I almost want to say you've done child rearing. Apologies if this is not you, but this is what I feel from this reading. It's like you've raised the kids. They're going off into their own, new life. Maybe they're going off to school or something, or they're gaining their own independence and they don't need you as much. And you're like, well, okay, what's the next challenge? Or you've done so well in your job that there's just nothing else there, and you're thinking, what's the next challenge? And I think for some of you, it is a partner. Like if you've been thinking you're ready to settle down and get married, that person could be coming through for some of you. So I'm going to leave that there for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. Please let me know in the comments section if it resonates and so on and so forth. If you want a private reading, you can have one from me. You just need to contact me at oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, and we'll just take it from there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thanks for listening to me. Please take very good care of yourself, and goodbye. Okay then, number 2 is those that chose the man. I did my multicoloured nails for those that requested it. I meant to mention it in the introduction and I forgot, so I've got to do it 4 times. So if you actually watch through every single reading, you've got this to look forward to 4 times. Well, another twice. I digress. Let's move on to the reading. What are the signs trying to tell you? I think that a lot of you are really trying to find a new opportunity, to find something new to happen in your life. You're not trying to manifest something out of nothing. What you're trying to manifest is to sort of see a gap in the market that you can exploit and get yourself a brand new beginning. You've clearly finished a cycle, or you've clearly identified that there's a lot of things going on in your old life that you've outgrown. You're ready to let it go. You're not clinging to anything that's no good for you anymore. And I think a lot of you really know what's no good for you anymore, and you want rid of it. But you can't get rid of this thing until the new has come forward. It's really weird. Normally I would say I'll just get rid of it and then the new will find its way through. But with this reading, it's sort of saying it's not quite ready yet. I think you're really trying to push and make things happen and sort of seize opportunities and look for new things and sort of... I almost feel that you're struggling to let go of the things you've outgrown. And the reason that you're struggling, like the things, it's like a boomerang. You try and get rid of it and it keeps on coming back to you. I really feel that that's happening. But the universe, in a way, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, God, however you phrase it, they're like, it's not time yet. There's still something to do in this situation, or the new that is there for you to sort of grab hold of and have in your life isn't ready for you. So, whether this is your love life, the person that, will be good for you isn't ready for the relationship yet, maybe. Or the job hasn't been advertised that will be great for you to apply for and is just what you're looking for. It's not time yet. It wants you to carry on hopping from one foot to the other. You might... In fact, some of you, I feel there's still something there that's currently going on in your life that you haven't addressed. Some of you, I think, might be a bit confused about that because you've sort of identified everything and you think that you've addressed everything. I think others of you are thinking, yeah, I really am trying to shake off this last, relationship, the issues of confidence maybe in your life, and you're trying to get into your confidence and let go of your lack of confidence, but you can't. And I think there's something left, and I'm intrigued what that is because I don't feel it's coming through in the cards what that is. And that could be, for a lot of you, it could be so many different things. But it's like you need to take authority over something that keeps holding you back before you can sort of balance yourself out. I feel you juggling, hopping from one foot to the other, juggling the one coin to the other, because you haven't really cleared out this old thing. It's almost like you're down to the last 2% of crap to flush down the toilet. And when you've done that, what you're looking for can come forward to you. But there's just something, lack of confidence, lack of self-belief, fear, apprehension, suspicion. It's just there and it's just stopping you. And the new can't come through, but I do get this feeling that it's partly you and partly other events, that circumstances haven't arisen to make it easy for you. Like the final straw hasn't happened yet, but that will. Because when you have that epiphany, that sort of desire for rebirth, that realisation that the old is definitely no good and that what you were doing before was rubbish and had to be ended, when that happens and you have that moment of revelation, things will change and the opportunities will come forward and you will choose one. Some of you haven't been able to, maybe you've had lots of choices, you've struggled to make a choice. That's going to be changing once you clear out the rubbish and you know what you're left with. You're going to suddenly think, well, I know what I have to choose. I know which cup I have to choose. And the decision will be made, the opportunity is taken. But it's the wheel wants to turn, but it can't just yet, but then it suddenly will turn. And the decision will be made and things can progress, which is what you all want. I feel that is basically everybody watching this, is you want something new, you want something to change, but I just get the feeling that a lot of you just don't know what it is that you want to happen, to change to. You don't have a plan. And the plan's not going to come forward until you've got rid of whatever it is that's holding you back. Nice and easy. Well, we got there in the end, but that's the reading. It's not going to come forward to you yet because you're not ready. You haven't got rid of everything, and or the thing that needs to come through isn't ready for you. So you're kept on a bit of a holding pattern until the other side's ready for you. But it will happen, absolutely will happen, once this final epiphany happens, this final revelation, this final understanding. And you'll be able to make a choice to seize the opportunity and to get the abundance. Yep, that's your reading, those of you that chose the man, the gentleman. Good luck with that. Let me know in the comments how it resonates, if it's helped you, and so on and so forth. If you want a private reading with me, you can book one. Just email me at oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com and I'll get back to you and we'll take it from there. But otherwise, please take very good care of yourself and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose the sun, number 3, this is your reading. The nails, I painted the nails, even if you don't get quite a close-up view when I'm recording at this angle. What are the signs trying to tell you? I feel that for a lot of you, you're actually in a good place in your life. Some of you probably don't feel that, but actually you are. I think that you do have everything that you need. Although for some of you, you might have anxieties about the future, you do have everything you need now, which is all that we really can be sure of, what we've got now. Because the past, well, we can sure of the past, but the past is gone and can be rewritten. And the future is a complete mystery and ever changeable. Never forget that. So I think that things are okay for you. You've got the security, the steadiness. It might not be, you're not earning millions, but maybe you just, ticking over. But that's still security. But you want something new. You want a new beginning. You want a new truth, a new set of ideas, almost like to have a moment of clarity where you can just cut through all the rubbish and see. But you want a new beginning most of all, and I think you want a bit of adventure, a bit of passion. You want something almost exciting to happen. And what the signs are telling you is this is going to come, you just got to wait for a bit. It's saying that the facts need to be put in order, the truth needs to be the rules set in place. It sort of needs, this isn't an emotional thing, that there's something factual and tangible and real that needs to be put into place in order for this journey to be undertaken. It's like if you want to go on holiday, the holiday will come, but you can't book it yet, if that makes sense. The paperwork can't be filed, you can't book the seats on the plane, you can't book the hotel rooms and the taxis, and the journey can't be undertaken yet because the paperwork just can't be dealt with. That's what I'm getting a feeling of the person who needs to deal with it can't deal with it, and you've got to wait, and you just got to be patient. It's almost like if you're waiting almost to find out where you're going to go, it's like the brochures haven't been printed. It's really weird. It's just like that there's something there that is reliant on somebody in charge who knows they're in the ins and outs of it, the rules of it, the paperwork is not available at this time. They need to come forward, they need to travel from where they are, or they need to come to see it, So you just got to wait. But you are going on this journey, or finding this new passion, or exploring a passion, or you just want something exciting to happen. That's why I'm going to leave it. It is going to come forward, and suddenly something's going to change. It's going to be the natural end of something. It's like a contract comes to its end and it's not renewed, or the holiday season. Let's just use holidays as an example. That comes to an end and the new season starts, where you can then come and book, and it's like everything's sold out at the moment and you're just waiting for the next round of tickets to be issued. That will happen, and it might take a while, I think, for a lot of you to get this sorted out, but it will. So some of you might have to wait even a couple of months for the new season, holiday season for instance, but then it will happen, and you will be able to see your way forward and see how it's going to happen. Somebody's going to help you, I think, and navigate. I think if it could be this person, this King of Swords person, they're going to help you navigate the journey. I think that's the message, is that you want to get moving and do something exciting, but the person that's involved with it, or the process of it, you just got to wait for them. And that's what the signs are trying to tell you. Patience. It's going to happen, but slowly. That they're working on something. This is what I get, that they're working on something, and they need to finish that. And once they've finished it, then it will come forward. But yeah, it's not a bad ending. Something's just coming. She's like, oh yeah, I knew I was only going to do that for 6 months, and then I was going to do something else. That's what you're waiting on, for this thing to be finished. So your desire can come forward. And you're just going to suddenly see your way through. Once this, it may be something in your life actually, that it's just not going to happen until you've finished something rather than someone else. And when it does, then you're just suddenly like free to do the thing. Maybe you've got to finish your contract at work, or you've got a project that you've got to finish. And when you've done that, then you're like, sweet, I can go off and have my bit of an adventure, have my bit of fun. So it's sort of, be patient. Whatever's happening will come to an end. The hard work, whatever, will come to an end. It's going to take its time, but it will come to an end, and then you can go off and do whatever thing it is you want. Keep the sun in mind, the positivity. Yeah, you will get what you want. I feel what you're working for. So that's your reading, those of you that chose number 3. That's what the signs are trying to tell you. Be patient, it will happen. So if you enjoyed the reading, please let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it that you usually do on YouTube videos. I do love reading everybody's comments. If you want a private reading with me, you can get one. You just need to send me an email at oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, and we'll go from there. I'll tell you how I normally do things, and if it suits, you can book a reading with me. But otherwise, please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okie dokie, so last but not least, number 4, the ladies. What are the signs trying to tell you? What's this sign you've seen, or the repeating signs? I did do my multicoloured fingers for those who want to look. Hopefully you can see, because I've got a new camera angle. The camera's the same, but the camera angle is different, and I'm still getting used to it. What they're trying to tell you is there's something that you know, there's a truth that you know that you're, in a sense, trying to deny. You're of two minds about it. You're hopping from one foot to the other. 2 of Pentacles. You're sort of deceiving yourself about this thing. I think you don't want to accept it, but there's a truth there, and you need to, you need to accept the revelation. You need to hear the call of the trumpeter. And that's what the sign's telling you, that once you accept that, you accept this truth, whatever it is, things will improve for you. You're going to start to feel the abundance, to have the abundance. There's a sense of admiration for something, sort of a... It's a 10 of Pentacles, so it's all the usual about being financially secure. But there's also within this deck this sense of adoration for something. Then we've got, because there's this feeling of abundance, and I think the abundance comes through the acceptance. It's like this is the way it is. And there's a lot of freedom in acceptance. Once you accept something that you've previously denied, that you wanted to reject, once you've got that freedom, the weight's off your shoulders and the world doesn't seem so bad. It's painful often, but I don't sense any pain whatsoever in this reading, So I don't think this is a painful truth. I think it's just one that you're just like, oh, I could do without that. But you're of two minds about it. You're jumping from one foot to the other. You're sort of accepting of it, and then you're like, It's like your hopefulness meets your rationality. You can't quite believe it's true. That's what I get. When you believe it's true, it's all going to change for you. You're going to have the abundance. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel that everything's on your side. And it's just... I think you're just going to come out and say things, because on this card it's got to dare air my breath, which speaks to me as if speaking your truth. And once you do that, you've got a connection. You got the Two of Cups, so it's a mutual attraction, which could be physical, emotional, or it can be a love affair. It can be the beginnings of a love affair, or for those of you that's not the issue, it's a business one that maybe you need to create. Like if you say, for instance, if this is a business thing, that you realise that you love your job, but you've outgrown it and it's time to move on. You don't want to go because you really love it there, but oh my God, you really need to get out of there. And then you suddenly think, oh, I've just got to get out of here. And you find somebody else who's like, I want you to work for my business. You go for an interview and you might meet a great new employer. It's that kind of thing. And for others of you, this is an attraction to a person. It's a romance. Once you accept the truth, the romance will come forward. There's a feeling here that you've been defending yourself against it. You've been fighting this desire, I think. It doesn't come across as a massively sexual desire. It comes across as an emotional desire. So this is why I'm leaving it open to being anything emotional in your life that you have deep feelings for. But you've sort of been fighting against it, and then you just suddenly think, defending yourself against it, and then you suddenly just throw yourself into it. If you throw yourself into what it is that you really desire and aim to go for it, you stop hesitating, you go, that's what I want and I'm going to go for it. And it's not a case of I'm going to go for it and start next week. It's like, it's just happening. This is it. I'm going to start working on it now. You get the Two of Cups again, but this time, the After Tarot, they're cuddling, they're together, it's an acceptance. And you'll be in your absolute power. You'll be able to act upon your desires. That's what the signs are telling you. Stop denying what you want. Stop denying the truth, particularly. Hear the call, hear the truth, and act on it. Stop, defending, in a sense, go after it. Because whatever happens at the end result, like you ask them out, you go for the job, whatever happens at the end result doesn't matter. You've accepted the truth, and you've had the courage to act on it and to come into your own power. And for a lot of you, when you take this chance, it's going to really pay off for you. There is, you got the Two of Cups twice. There's potential here for a love connection for a lot of you. And for others of you, for a connection with a business colleague that, goes really well. It's almost like ask them out. That's what I want to say, is ask them out. I don't know why I feel compelled. Some of you, it is about a person. You just want to it's communicate with them, talk to them. That's what it's saying. You get the repeating signs thing. It's probably, it's saying, talk to them. Because for me, the Two of Cups isn't the big love affair. That the lovers is that to me, depending on the context of the reading and that. But the Two of Cups is always it's an agreement, a shared agreement. That's what they're doing. In that one, they're sharing a cup. They're like, let's drink on it. We've agreed. We get on well. We can share the drink. It's all cordial. And in this one, they're hugging. So it's like, yeah, we agree, we share, we drink the cups together. Then they're together, they're cuddling. So there's a deeper emotion there. I would say the other party, there's potential there with the other party that you can explore and make the most of. Remember, it's all potential, and it only comes into reality when you act on it. And you can miss your chance on things. I'm not saying you're going to miss your chance. What I'm saying is get into the fray and not be frightened. You've been defending your own feelings in this. That's what I'm really feeling, that you've been defending your own feelings. You've sort of been protecting yourself. Don't want to get hurt, I suppose. But there is the truth, and you know the truth. and you've got to hear the call. And that's what the signs are trying to tell you. So I hope that's helped you, that message. Please let me know in the comment section if it makes any sense, if you like it, and so on and so forth. If you want a private reading with me, you can contact me at oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com. Send me an email and I will reply letting you know how I do things, and we can work from there. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you with your reading. I wish you really good luck with whatever you decide to do. So please take care of yourself and goodbye.